Good morning. Deborah Spears here today. And this morning I'm going to share a little of my routine of healthy eating. So I'm going to prepare breakfast. My breakfast is my largest meal of the day, and I'm just going to walk through it and talk a little as I go. I start with egg whites. And I have egg whites and let's see. I use a few vegetable peppers. These are red peppers. These are mushrooms, and I saute them in a little bit of, this is avocado oil. It doesn't smoke as much as my olive oil, so I use avocado oil. So what I do is I put a little bit of olive oil, but I also need a dish. This dish, I hope you can see, and the very first thing I do, put a little bit of oil in my saucepan. This is one of those small pans, so I'm going to make enough serving for one today. And I do sauteed mushrooms. I'll have to share the plate once I have it all cut up. Sorry. Just a little. Not a lot. Okay. And also some red peppers. They're not hot, they're bell peppers. And a little of those. I put them in my saucepan, my peppers and mushrooms. In the pan. And I'm going to come over here to the stove, put it on a very low heat. And let them simmer for a minute. So while those are simmering, I will talk to you a little bit about my story while I'm waiting for my food to cook. I've been a nurse for decades, working in the healthcare industry, and it's been painful just watching sick people, watching people that are healthy. And then as time passes, your lifestyle choices, the food you eat, the activity you do or don't do, you become patients. And even when you go to the doctor just for an annual physical or an annual checkup, do you ever notice why you're called a patient? there's this sort of power struggle with making you a patient and being at the mercy of the care of the healthcare industry, which, by the way, is making billions of dollars off of keeping us sick because of our lifestyles. So I just want to share with people how important it is to take control of your health. Just small steps, doing things differently, and not falling into that trap. I hear my saucepan, so I'm going to go. Just to, make sure they don't burn. And yeah, so I just want people to feel better about their health without having to have 11 or more, 13 or more medications. We have this number that at a certain age, if you visit any nursing home anywhere, people are all on medications, and the average is 11. The last time I worked in that setting, it was 11. It's probably more than that now. But if you didn't need all of those medications in your early years, why is it? What happened between that time and now that made your body just start failing? And so you have all these medical problems that came as a result of lifestyle. So I'm going to check one more time. This may not be the best way it may not be the best way to introduce myself, but I'm trying to keep it real. And the other thing I use, spinach, always. A serving of spinach, some spinach in your first meal of the day is so helpful, in my opinion, because it helps to keep you regular. You get the magnesium that most of us are deficient in if we're not eating a lot of green leafy vegetables, spinach, broccoli, kale, things like that. Or some people choose to take supplements, but it's so important to get some fibers and some magnesium and nutrients that you get in spinach and the like. So I always keep spinach, and I put a little with my egg white omelet that I'm working on right now. And on the days that I don't have the egg white omelet, I'll make a green smoothie. And the green smoothie is spinach with maybe blueberries or strawberries and protein. And I know everybody's not a big fan of taking protein powder because you think of it as a supplement, which it is. But if you're not getting a lot of it in other ways, you actually need it. And since I don't eat red meats, beef, pork, chicken, liver, I don't eat all those things that have a lot of protein in it on a regular basis, but I do eat yogurt, and so I make my smoothie with a whey protein. I'll show you. So people don't like to share brands. I don't really care, but I use a plain whey protein when I make a smoothie. I'm not making a smoothie today. Today I'm making an omelet, but I just wanted to share that. And let's see. The next thing I do is I put garlic. So I'm a garlic person, and just about every day I break one clove, just one, from this garlic, and I get a garlic crusher. It's the garlic crusher. It's my handy garlic crusher, and with that, I'm a little messy, but it's good food, and it's good for you. I've never had to take blood pressure medicine, and I've always had patients on blood pressure medicine. But I've for years taken just one garlic clove, it's getting a little messy, one garlic clove, crush it, I'll have to get a better way for you to see next time. You can tell I'm an amateur. And one garlic clove crushed. I wait a few minutes before I actually eat it. Sometimes I put it in my food, in my omelet, and other times I just eat that one clove before I have my breakfast. So I crush that, and then I put that away. Check my and these are just turning a beautiful color. I'll try to show you. They just sauteed beautifully. And then egg whites. I buy the egg whites in the carton like this, and I use it a half at a time. So a half of this is the equivalent of 25 grams of protein, and depending on who you are and where you are with those numbers, that may or may not work for you, but for me, I try to get about 100 per day, and based on my body weight and what I think I need for the day. You can decide for yourself, but half here. Now, I used half of this yesterday, so this is half right now. So I will pour the entire half carton into my pan over my sauteed mushrooms and red peppers. And so it looks like I put a whole carton. That was a half. Then I let that cook for a while on low because I don't want it to burn. And then I can put away what's left of my mushrooms. The other thing that I love is a little bit of sauerkraut every day. Not a lot. So if you just take a small portion of sauerkraut, it's fermented food, which is so healthy for your gut. So I generally take my fork and take a little bit of the sauerkraut, put it on the side with my omelet, eat it, and then follow that up with a full meal. So I have garlic, sauerkraut, spinach, egg whites, mushrooms, red peppers, morning breakfast almost every day. And when I'm in a rush and when I don't have time, I throw spinach, some fresh fruit, some protein powder in a blender real quick, the one single serve blender shot, and then I can be on my way if I have a busy day schedule. So, what else can I share with you? I guess I should share that, yes, water is important. I always drink water. I know you hear people say it like it's, it's a fashion statement, but it's really not important to carry water around with you all day. What's important is to drink water every day, throughout the day. Stay hydrated. For me, I like lemon, so I just squeeze a little bit. This is my squeeze a little bit of lemon, and then add water. I should have taken a picture. Okay. And that's morning. Let's check on omelet. It's actually looking pretty good. Oh, for my seasoning is very important. I believe that you can take any food that you think you don't like or you think you may not like, a food that's good for you, not fast food, and add the right seasoning and learn to love it. Everything is an acquired taste. I always tell people, you didn't love coffee when you were born, but a lot of people love coffee. They learn to love it. And I'm talking black coffee, not coffee with all the wonderful extra ingredients that they add to it. So, I am very big on spices and herbs. So, I eat what I like, and if it's something that I like that I think I have a craving for, some chocolate or something else that may be considered too sweet, a dessert food. I like cinnamon because there's a balance with your blood sugar if you actually consume cinnamon before, after, or with whatever it is that you're eating that you might consume a little too much sugar in it. For example, sweet potato yams. On Thanksgiving we had sweet potato yams. I love sweet potato yams, but I know I shouldn't be eating a lot of them all the time. But I never eat sweet potato yams without cinnamon. And cinnamon just makes the taste of sweet potato yams pop, literally pop. So you really are helping with your blood sugar if you keep, and don't worry about the brand, if you just keep cinnamon and Ceylon cinnamon. You don't want the other, you want Ceylon cinnamon. And for my omelet there, I'm going to use some parsley because I like just the flavor and the appearance that it adds. So, adding a little bit of parsley, make it look nice and pretty. People like their food to look pretty. I like it to look that way too, but I also want it to be healthy. So if I can't have both, you know, I'm gonna go with the healthy. All right. So I have a top. When my omelet gets, once my omelet gets like almost ready, I put my top on it just to make sure that the center, make sure the center cooks. Because I don't like raw eggs. I don't like raw egg whites. So I want it to be cooked thoroughly, but I don't want it to be burnt. So I put the top on to hold the heat in while it's slowly cooking. So I'm still gonna let that cook a little bit longer. And yeah, this is pretty much my morning routine. I use my oils, my spices, and my herbs. I keep fruit in the house, always, because sometimes you feel like you're hungry when you're really not. But if fruit is the only thing that's available, you're not really going to get in your car and go drive somewhere for something sweeter. And so you get to satisfy that taste, and you get a little extra added fiber. So I always keep fruit, apples, blueberries, strawberries, things that are in season. Yes. So as soon as I want to show you my omelet, and I'm going to close for today after I show you the final omelet product, and just say, yeah. Okay. I'm going to say, I am not an expert at any of this, but I know what I know, and I know what works for me. Staying on track by taking small steps on a daily basis and trying to eat healthy every day is what I do and what I've done for years. And what has motivated me so much is seeing all the sick people that I've worked with for decades, because I'm retired from nursing now, but I've been an RN for decades, and it is painful to watch. So if you can see, that's what my egg white omelet looks like. It's pretty, but I'm going to close with that. Wish you all the best, and I hope to see you again real soon. Bye.